Star Wars only, I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Back in the year 2005, Revenge of the Sith was coming out, and every Star Wars fan knew this was the ending to the Star Wars Saga at the time. We all knew this was it, and because of that, George Lucas was smart and released a box set of all 6 films on DVD for the very first time. Well, it seems like Disney's repeating history because Rise of Skywalker comes out later this year, 2019. We get the final episodic film in the Skywalker Saga, and so we can assume that next year, 2020, we're going to get the film to be released. But also, rumor has it we are getting a 4K box set of the entire Star Wars saga. Not just the Skywalker saga, the Star Wars saga. That's what I'm getting from thedigitalbits.com. Every year they put out an accurate list of all the 4K releases. They call it the 4K Ultra HD release list. And it basically tells you what studio's coming out with what movie and what date and everything. And even the ones that are unannounced and to be determined and to be announced, they put that as well, and they normally get these right. They have inside sources on this stuff, and they just follow the news more or less on this stuff. And they have a list right here I will show you of Rogue One, The Force Awakens, I mean literally all the films, but the last one is the most important one, and it is the Saga 4K collection, the Star Wars Saga 4K collection. I say Saga 4K collection because that's what it says, and it doesn't say the Skywalker Saga, which I think is notable because the Skywalker Saga is now the episodes 1 through 9, the episodic films, and then you have the other 2 films, the spin-off films, Rogue One and Solo, a Star Wars story. Those films could be included in the Star Wars Saga 4K collection, and if it is, I think that's a good name for it. But if you're going to have the Skywalker Saga, those should be episodes 1 through 9 and would probably be a little cheaper. Now, Disney and Lucasfilm have not confirmed this. We don't have any actual reports from them yet, but all the rumors and inside sources are pointing to this happening in the first half of 2020. I'm excited to finally see the original trilogy in 4K. I don't know how they're going to do the prequel trilogy since those were shot digitally. I know you could probably upscale them to 4K, but they won't be native 4K like the original trilogy would be. And I also know they're probably not going to do the unaltered versions of the original trilogy. We've been talking about that this past month because the Academy went to George Lucas to allow a special screening of the unaltered 1977 version of Star Wars A New Hope. But it doesn't seem to be the case of this 4K box set next year. That would be a huge deal, and I think it'd be great if they did, but Lucas is very adamant on not allowing that release date, and Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy are going to honor his wishes on that, so that's not happening. But it's still Star Wars in 4K, man. I mean, I can't beat around the bush on how awesome that's going to be, of having the original trilogy, and for a lot of people, the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and even the spin-off films, seeing those in 4K, having them all in one box set, that's something that we all knew would eventually happen, and now it's finally here. And if Episode 9 does really well in the box office, and a lot of people are responding to it great, it's a great story, great movie, then I could see this being a really good thing for Star Wars fans in 2020. You know, you have that 3-year time frame between 2019 and 2022 that's the next Star Wars film that's coming out. We got 3 years after 2019 for another Star Wars film. This will kind of help ease that time frame. You get the Star Wars films in 4K, you release it the year after The Rise of Skywalker comes out. This all seems too good of a marketing campaign and too good of an idea to come off the hype of Episode 9 and the reaction to Episode 9 to release this 4K collection right after the Skywalker saga ends. It all makes too much perfect sense in terms of timing and financial stability of, like, this would be the most lucrative time to release it, honestly. I think the opportunity cost of releasing it later would be way too high compared to releasing it in the first half of 2020. So I do think that this is a right move. I think this is the move that Disney and Lucasfilm will be making, and I'm excited to see how it goes because I want to see the cover art for this mainly and what it's all going to look like in the end and how much is it going to cost. That's my big question. How much is the Star Wars Saga 4K collection really going to cost? And also, what are the bonus stuff that we're going to get with this? Is there going to be like some behind the scenes stuff that we get? I would really like a documentary with all the films kind of together if they show that off. I'm pretty confident they will because they teased a little bit of that at the celebration in 2019 in Chicago. But I guess we'll have to find out in the first half of 2020. So tell me your thoughts. When do you guys think the 4K saga will be released? I think it'll probably be released in May, most likely May 4th, if not around May 19th-ish, because that's when the films were normally released back in the day. So tell me your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Will you be guys getting this collection, the Star Wars Saga in 4K, or not? I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.